Okay.
So I want you to just go ahead, start as we have before. You find yourself into a comfortable position where you're either sitting or lying down, ideally feet flat on the floor or at least elevated where they are side by side. If you are sitting, have your arms resting just casually on the sides of you. If you're lying down, have them resting casually on the mat beside you. And I want you to just take a deep breath in. Exhale out. And I exaggerate that exhale out because I want you to inhale in. Exaggerated exhale out, meaning make the sound, really push that air out. We're kind of forcing the cells of the body to release old oxygen, to release old things it's holding on to. This is the time. Now is the time not only to meditate out through the heart with an intention of forgiveness and love, but a time to really release and let go of things that have been held on purpose or without your even knowing it. So deep breath, inhale in. Exhale out and really push it out. We need to have you do that 2 more times, so take some deep inhales in. Exhale out. Last one, pulling that positive, powerful, uniting energy in through the feet and up through the body. Exhaling out, pushing it out the mouth, pushing that down, down, down throughout the body, through the legs and out the toes. Now I want you to keep breathing like that, just deep, nice, constant, steady breaths as we go on and continue to do our work. We're going to set the intention of course, doing a heart meditation, but also I sense and get a deep feeling for a sense of release. This is going to be a session for letting go and releasing. So as pictures come into your mind, you give it, you stamp it with a heart if you want to, stamp it with a kiss, stamp it with something that symbolically means something to you that says, I love you, I'm letting you go. I love you enough to know that I'm letting you go. Because there's a difference. To us, letting go has always been about loss. And we are changing that around to a feeling of abundance and of love and of high vibration, knowing that sometimes what it means to love someone or something, actually the letting go is the loving. Okay? Sometimes we have to let a situation go so that we can continue to love. Sometimes we have to let a past go so that we can move forward from that past. And so as those images keep coming up, as you breathe in deeply, on the exhale, see them almost as like they're Polaroid pictures. And when you, it's like the wind just takes those Polaroid pictures and blows them across out into the next beautiful thing to happen. I'm going to give you an image to do this. So as those pictures just come up into your head, picture sending them off with love and light, stamping them with your heart, stamping them with your kiss, loving them. You should feel a gratitude coming from the heart as you send them off and away. Those that you feel are the hardest, that you want to kind of hold back on, maybe you'll feel that you are ready to let those images go after I give you this vision to use. So I want you to take yourself to a beautiful place in nature. Maybe it's on the beach, maybe it's in the forest, maybe it's in a park. It's quiet. Everything is a perfect setting for your perfect day. The temperature is just right. Your skin feels absolutely wonderful. It's happy in the clothes that you've chosen to wear for the perfect temperature that suits you. There isn't the feeling of tension or strife around you. It's just a wonderful, peaceful, relaxing environment to be in. Remember to breathe in and exhale. Breathe in a gratitude that you get to be in this place. And exhale any sense of loss, any deep-rooted feelings that are stuck deep down inside you. And as you are breathing in and exhaling out, you feel as though the particles and the pieces that make up your physical form start to disintegrate away, where you still know that you exist. It's just that you are not so aware of the density of the form any longer. Instead of a heaviness of your feet on the earth, you feel very light and airy. Instead of the weight of heavy clothing, you feel free and postured and able to move. You feel strong, you feel beautiful. And as you inhale and exhale, you feel more and more that formlessness and the air, the lightness that comes with that formlessness. So formless that as the wind blows and you hear the rustling of the leaves, maybe it's rustling of the ocean, wherever you've positioned yourself, as you feel the movement of that air energy, you feel as though it goes in, out, and through your formlessness, almost like you're becoming one with the wind. I want you to just take a few deep breaths in and out as you feel that air move through what you knew to be your body. Now you see it as a light form, very lightweight, very airy. You feel that air move especially through every chakra. You feel that air move through all of the cells, whisking them clean, restoring them to a perfect vitality. You feel it intensely in the heart as that air just moves through, kissing the heart, warming it, making it happy, releasing itself on the wind, allowing the heartbeat to pulse effortlessly and in perfect time. And as your heart is pulsing in perfect time, you see a tree. And that tree has just a few little leaves left hanging on it. And as you watch, you see one particular leaf effortlessly pluck itself away from the tree and drift along on the wind. And you notice it didn't hesitate. That lovely, beautiful leaf that was part of the tree didn't question, didn't cry, didn't get scared, didn't look down at the ground and say, "Oh, it's too far, I'm scared, I don't want to drop." Instead, it effortlessly allowed this air and this wind to pick itself up, perfectly content in the knowledge that it was moving on to the next great thing. And now you watch as that leaf twists and somersaults and turns in the wind, caring not where it lands, having full and perfect faith that it is moving on to the next great thing. Now it's time to pick up one of those images in your head. Treat it like a leaf on that tree. Any image, whether you question it or not, whether you understand why it is an image in your head, just allow it to be that leaf on the tree. And watch as you lovingly send it off on the wind and you allow it to go. You lovingly watch as it is embraced by the wind, swirling and twirling and somersaulting, moving on to the next great thing. Taking with it any heaviness coming from the heart, or the muscles, or the cells, or the mind, any hard feelings about that image. It is replaced instead with an energy of gratitude for getting to be part of that situation. You don't have to understand the situation. It doesn't have to be healed or forgiven yet. It's just time for it to move on. No questions asked. Deep inhale and exhale. Don't forget to breathe. Take that deep-rooted seat of pain that is deep within the core of you. And instead of allowing it to sit there for one more garden, one more sprouting, one more harvest, just take that little seed of pain. Visually see that it's being removed from the chest, being replaced instead with a high pulsing vibration of love, true love, pure and lasting. And you take that seed and you set it outside yourself, and you let it do what it will. You cannot force it to do anything that you want it to do. It's now on its own. You don't have to keep it alive anymore. It's not even your job to do so. That situation will decide to grow itself elsewhere is the key, or it'll decide to die. It is not your responsibility anymore. The tears you feel like shedding, you don't have to understand them. You can merely have pure relief in the art and beauty and faith and love that it takes to let that seed go. It doesn't serve a purpose anymore locked inside of you. Instead, I'm going to direct your attention into that beautiful space of nature that we first went into. And I want you to picture yourself being grounded in that space. Again, feeling the beauty around you, feeling the perfect temperature, seeing the perfect vision, feeling the freeness, the movement, peaceful flow, ebb and flow as the heart beats in and out, as the breath in and out. Recognizing through these basic functions that they are a basic natural function of life. Taking in and letting go is a basic function of life. You do it in your breath. You do it in your heartbeat. You do it in your intake of nutrients and waste. It is natural for your mind to think things and let them go. It is natural for your emotions to feel things and let them go. Life is an ebb and flow of change, constantly changing and recreating itself. You now get to recognize that you get to be a guide for how that change takes place. Allowing the ebb and flow, the natural rhythms of life to happen, you get to set the guidelines of where you'd like to go from here. You're happy with the seed that you can see over your left shoulder, and you're happy as you turn to the right and walk into your next great thing. It's okay to move away. And you can love yourself with every step of doing so, knowing that the garden that that seed used to live in served a purpose. It was loving and nurturing when it needed to be. And now you've simply weeded it so that the beautiful things can grow there once again. And if you pay attention to your body, every muscle and every nerve, every fiber, every cell feels content and at peace, full of love and full of hope. And as you walk away from that seed, you don't see it as a loss, but instead you see it being swept up by the wind, allowing it to lovingly move into its next great thing. You're just letting it go to its next great thing. That's all it is. And you get to come back into this life that you've chosen, being the better for it. And you start to feel the world around you, the space that you have created around you. And any sadness or loss that you feel as you're coming back into your space, simply picture that seed being lifted up into the wind and smiling as you realize that you have just done the most loving thing you can do. And you start feeling the density of your body once again, asking the spirit of your body to once again come into the form that you came into this plane with. You start feeling the clothes on your body. You start feeling your skin. You can feel the surface of the furniture beneath you. You can feel your arms and your toes and your fingers as you wiggle them. And you feel that spirit completely fill you back up, back into a better, more ready, more hopeful version of yourself. You start hearing the noises around you, and you start recognizing the colors and the furnishings in your room, and you feel that your spirit is back. And when you do so, go ahead and take a deep breath in and exhale and open your eyes when you're ready.